Colorado State tight end Train McBroom is the most complete tight end in this draft class, and it's hard to find those guys. You either have a receiver or you have a blocker. The NFL has become that way, but Train McBroom can do both. He's a physical run blocker. He's not the best of the best, but he's willing and he's more than capable of moving people out in the run game. But he's an effective pass catcher in the middle of the field. He's a great target, big physical guy that the quarterback will love. Will he ever be a guy like Travis Kelce? Probably not. But I think he can be a 55-catch type of player, really good in the red zone, catch a lot of touchdown passes. Reminds me of Hunter Henry.
San Diego State's Cameron Thomas reminds me a lot of Sam Hubbard of the Bengals. He's an absolute monster off the edge with a ton of upside that NFL teams will love. He had 12 sacks, 21 hits, and 44 hurries last season, all career best. And while he doesn't have the freakish athleticism of, say, Kayvon Thibodeau, there's plenty of room for growth at the next level. He has a nonstop motor, continually pushes the pocket while working his way to the quarterback, and he's incredibly strong. So strong, in fact, he's hard to move off the spot. He consistently sets the edge when he's lined up as a 4 or 5 technique and even a 7 technique. He played the majority of his snaps on the edge, but he has the versatility and quickness to be effective as an interior player as well. Now, he can sometimes be over-aggressive shooting gaps and end up running himself out of plays. And while his bull rushes can be a problem for offensive tackles, he doesn't have an array of pass rush moves to lean on, at least not yet. He's also considered an average athlete for the position at the next level, which means his best chance for sustained success is more as a technician than straight-up bruiser who relies primarily on power to win.
Cincinnati edge rusher Myjai Sanders is one of those guys, when he puts his hand on the ground, he can explode up the field. So what's the problem? He's skinny. He needs to put on some weight. He probably weighs in at about 235 pounds, and that's concerning on the next level when you take on those big 325, 330-pound offensive tackles. I think he can gain weight. This is a kid who has a long frame, so he has the ability to fill out. If he can fill out, a team that drafts him probably in the 3rd or 4th round will be getting a guy that could be probably a rotational edge rusher early in his career, a guy who can come in on 3rd down. He just needs to get heavier, which is why he reminds me of Barkevious Mingo back in the day. Now, Mingo was a 1st-round pick. Sanders won't be, so you're going to get great value down the road for him. 3rd or 4th round, rotational player early in his career, and maybe a starter later on because he can rush the passer.
Virginia Tech interior offensive lineman Lucida Smith is best known as a run blocker, but allowed just 2 sacks in 2021. We have compared him to Steelers interior offensive lineman Kendrick Green. He can struggle to sustain blocks against powerful defensive linemen, which may be a function of his below average arm length. He showed below average change of direction during testing at the NFL Combine. Smith displays quick feet, mirrors well in his pass sets, and is most effective when he uses his hands in concert with his feet. He creates power through leverage and is able to displace defensive linemen in the run game. He's efficient in handling interior games, staying in balance to intercept twists and stunts. Oklahoma interior offensive lineman Marquis Hayes is the latest in a long lineage of Sooners offensive linemen to make the transition to the NFL, including Creed Humphrey, who was drafted by the Chiefs last season. We have compared him to Giants offensive guard Mark Lewinsky. Hayes is very good at diagnosing his responsibilities and being in the right place, but can sometimes get too high in his pass sets and give up ground to edge rushers. When he loses his low center of gravity, defenders can walk him back into the quarterback's lap. He shows a good base in his pass sets and stays in balance with good hand usage in tight areas against interior defensive linemen. He can redirect pass rushers while being aware of possible twists or stunts. The Missouri native has shown an ability to pull and impede defenders in space despite his massive size.
you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game, the highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics? Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.